Hey guys, behind me is Job Spetter's 66 Mustang. Job and I have been friends for quite some time. He actually used to tune cars for the shop that I used to work at, and he had a long-running career as a tuner and probably one of the winningest small tire drag racers in the world. The guy's just done a lot. He asked us to get this car together. It's been a few years now. He bought it in one state and it's kind of evolved into the state that it's in now. And I would like to call the car close to finished. It's got a really great group of guys around this car. Gaby from EIC has built a all aluminum 381-inch small block Ford that makes nearly 750 horsepower to the tire. Got a pro shifted G-Force T56, 9-inch rear. It's got a full wiring harness done by KVS Looms, Kinsler stacked fuel injection. It's a Motec with Pro Speed firmware. It's got a Motec C127 dash and the Motec keypad, Willwood brakes. So there's a lot of new technology in this car. It's outfitted really well and is really, really neat to drive. It makes all the right sounds. The parts as a whole create a really neat character. So it's rowdy, it's got a lot of camshaft in it. But with the Kinsler stacked injection, you can stuff the thing in 5th gear at 1800 RPM and just drive down the road. And being as it's a 1 through 4 dog box and 5th and 6th are synchronized, you have this really split personality with the driveline itself, because driving around you get the clunks and bangs of the dog engagement. But when it's time to just put it in high gear and cruise, you can just put it in 6th gear and drive down the highway at 80 miles an hour. You can have the engine below 2000 RPM and it doesn't buck or chug or anything like that. And that's pretty neat. It's a 15-to-1 compression, 380-inch, 8.2 deck small block Ford that it's made a handful of runs over 740 wheel horsepower, and we run it on 1 ethanol R, and that keeps the parts away from detonation and keeps everything running well. It's got a daily oil pump on it, which is another nice piece. It just, the more you look around a car like this, you can kind of start to spot the experience in parts selection, and that as a whole has created a really enjoyable car. In this last round of mods, we've set up the Motec traction control. So not only are we using the throttle position versus gear versus engine speed, so you can use that to map the engine power output. We're also using the Motec traction control to control the ignition timing. So you can just plug a slip aim into the software, and in every gear it will ride that slip. So I can make a pass from 1st gear through 4th gear on the street, and while it seems like the engine is giving all it's got, if you look at the data logs, it's actually pulling ignition timing to keep that traction under control so you don't wreck the thing. I mean, a 1966 chassis is a pretty old car. They don't crash well. There's no airbags and things like that. So easy car to get hurt in. So the layer of safety that you get with a system like that is pretty outstanding. So basically the aim of the project was to have a high-powered classic street car, and you may have seen the 1969 Camaro that we featured before. That's actually Job's brother Chase. So now they have this Chevy Ford pony car dynamic, which is pretty neat. The Mustang's a little bit lighter, a little less horsepower, but will definitely give the Camaro a run for its money, if not be a little bit faster. One of my favorite features of this car is being able to partner with a friend that knows so much. Like I don't have to do any tuning on this car. He does it all himself, and he can teach me things in the process, because he's arguably one of the best guys that ever did that type of work. And you get to experience that, which is it's unusual for me. And then driving this car around, the sounds and the responses from people, like anywhere you go with this car, it's exciting for people to see. It gets a lot of moments where people forget about the the chaos of day-to-day life, and they just, you know, give you a big smile and a thumbs up because they're looking at this rowdy sounding 66 Mustang. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know that this car is a break from the norm. You guys are used to seeing small displacement turbocharged engines on our channel and in and out of our shop for the past number of years, but these types of cars will always hold a special place with me because it's a large part of the American history and a large part of what got us racing from the get-go. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks.